World War II was a global conflict that engulfed the world from 1939 to 1945. It was a war unlike any other. A clash of ideologies and ambitions on a massive scale. Millions fought and died. Entire cities were reduced to rubble. The world would never be the same. From the beaches of Normandy to the jungles of the Pacific, the war raged across continents. Soldiers and civilians alike endured unimaginable hardship. The horrors of the Holocaust, a systematic genocide perpetrated by Nazi Germany, left an indelible scar on humanity. The war pitted the Axis powers, led by Germany, Italy and Japan, against the Allies, spearheaded by Great Britain, the United States and the Soviet Union. Each side fought with determination, driven by a complex web of motivations. At its core, World War II was a battle between tyranny and freedom. The Axis powers, driven by fascist and imperialist ambitions, sought to dominate the world. The Allies, though not without their own flaws, fought to resist this aggression and preserve a world order based on international cooperation. The seeds of World War II were sown in the ashes of World War I. The Treaty of Versailles, which officially ended the earlier conflict, imposed harsh penalties on Germany. These penalties, including territorial losses, disarmament and crippling reparations, fueled resentment and instability in Germany. Amidst this turmoil, a new ideology took root: fascism. Characterized by extreme nationalism, authoritarianism and militarism, fascism found fertile ground in countries reeling from economic depression and social upheaval. In Germany, Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party rose to power by exploiting popular anger and promising national revival. Hitler's ideology, rooted in racism and anti-Semitism, painted Germany as a victim and sought to restore its former glory through expansion and conquest. Meanwhile, in Italy, Benito Mussolini established a fascist dictatorship, promising to restore the Roman Empire's past grandeur. In Japan, militarists gained influence, advocating for aggressive expansion to secure resources and achieve regional dominance. As the 1930s progressed, the world watched with growing apprehension as these fascist regimes consolidated power and pursued increasingly belligerent foreign policies. The stage was set for another global conflict, one that would test the limits of human endurance and reshape the geopolitical landscape. World War II erupted on September 1, 1939, when Germany invaded Poland. Employing a new military tactic known as blitzkrieg or lightning war, German forces combined rapid armored advances with overwhelming air power to swiftly overwhelm Polish defenses. France and Great Britain, bound by treaties to defend Poland, declared war on Germany. However, the initial stages of the war saw a series of stunning Axis victories. Germany conquered Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium and France in rapid succession, shocking the world with its military prowess. In Asia, Japan pursued its own expansionist agenda. Seeking to establish what it called the Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere, Japan launched attacks on China, Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands. The early years of World War II were marked by Axis aggression and Allied setbacks. The world watched in horror as the Nazi regime implemented its genocidal policies, targeting Jews, Roma and other groups deemed undesirable. The Holocaust, a systematic campaign of extermination, remains a stark reminder of the depths of human cruelty. Section 4. Turning the tide: Barbarossa to Pearl Harbor. The tide of World War II began to turn in 1941, with two pivotal events that expanded the conflict and galvanized the Allied powers. In June 1941, Hitler, breaking a non-aggression pact, launched Operation Barbarossa, a massive invasion of the Soviet Union. The German offensive, initially successful, ultimately became bogged down in fierce Soviet resistance and the harsh realities of the Russian winter. The Battle of Stalingrad, a brutal 6-month siege, marked a turning point in the war, shattering the myth of German invincibility. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, the US naval base in Hawaii. The attack, intended as a preemptive strike to cripple the US Pacific Fleet, had the opposite effect, galvanizing American public opinion and prompting the United States to enter the war. With the entry of the United States and the Soviet Union, the Allied powers gained a decisive advantage in resources and manpower. The war had entered a new phase, one that would test the resolve and resilience of all sides. Section 5. Allied Advance, D-Day and the Pacific Theatre. The Allied counteroffensive gained momentum in 1943 and 1944. On the Eastern Front, Soviet forces, bolstered by American and British aid, pushed back against the Wehrmacht, liberating Eastern Europe from Nazi occupation. In the West, the Allies planned and executed Operation Overlord, the largest amphibious invasion in history. On June 6, 1944, known as D-Day, Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, France, establishing a foothold in continental Europe. In the Pacific, the United States engaged in a grueling island-hopping campaign, gradually advancing towards the Japanese home islands. Battles like Iwo Jima and Okinawa were characterized by fierce fighting and heavy casualties on both sides. As the war progressed, the technological advancements of the conflict became increasingly apparent. From radar and sonar to jet engines and the atomic bomb, World War II witnessed a rapid acceleration in scientific and military innovation. Section 6. Victory and Devastation, the war's end and the atomic bomb. By 1945, the Axis powers were on the verge of defeat. Germany, facing relentless Allied advances from both East and West, surrendered unconditionally on May 8, 1945, marking Victory in Europe, or VE Day. The war in the Pacific, however, raged on. Japan, facing imminent invasion and unwilling to surrender, continued to fight with fanatical resistance. In a controversial decision, the United States, under President Harry Truman, dropped atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki on August 6 and 9, 1945, respectively. The atomic bombings, while strategically significant, resulted in the deaths of hundreds of thousands of civilians and unleashed a new era of nuclear anxiety. Japan surrendered on August 15, 1945, officially ending World War II. Section 7. A New World Order Legacy and Lessons of World War II. The aftermath of World War II left the world profoundly changed. The conflict had claimed an estimated 40 to 85 million lives, devastated entire continents, and reshaped the geopolitical landscape. In the war's wake, the United Nations was established in 1945 with the goal of preventing future conflicts and promoting international cooperation. The war also ushered in the Cold War, a period of geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. World War II left an indelible legacy, shaping the world we live in today. The conflict served as a stark reminder of the horrors of war and the dangers of unchecked aggression. It also highlighted the importance of international cooperation, diplomacy, and the pursuit of peace. While the world has faced numerous challenges since 1945, the lessons learned from World War II continue to resonate. The pursuit of peace, the defense of human rights, and the importance of global cooperation remain as vital today as they were in the aftermath of that devastating conflict.